All right, 7th graders, lesson 55, average part 2. We know that we can find the average, say, of a bunch of numbers by adding them up. So in this case, we'd have 60, and then there's a total of 1, 2, 3 numbers, so we divide by 3. Therefore, we can get our average. Now, what we're going to be doing here is sometimes we're going to be making it a mystery, saying, what are these numbers if they give us, well, the total is 60 and the average is 20, or they might even do something like, what's this number going to be in here if everything is like that? So we're going to be going back and determining what those numbers could be. So in example 1, it says the average of the 3 numbers is 17. So that means the average up here is 17 and it's 3 numbers. So what number would be in there? What was their sum? Well, the opposite of division is multiplication, and this is where the biggest number goes. We're missing the biggest number. So if we rewrote this, it would be like saying x divided by 3 equals 17. We're missing the biggest number. So let's do some multiplication over here. 17 times 3. 3 times 7 is 21. 3 times 1 is 3. So we would say the sum of all the numbers was 51. Now we don't know what exactly each of the 3 numbers was, but we know that when we added them all up, it equaled 51. And then when we divided by 3, we found out the average was 17. So they're telling us the average. They're telling us how many numbers it took to get that average. So by multiplying those two, we can figure out the answer there is 51. All right, going on to example 2, the average of 4 numbers is 25. So again, we know the average is 25. We know there's 4 numbers there. We're going to need to multiply that. And we know 25 times 4 is 100. Now, they're telling us that 3 of the numbers, so there's 4 numbers here. One of the numbers was 16. One of the numbers was 26. And one of the numbers is 30. And then we have the mystery number down here. Well, we know all 4 of these added together have to equal 100. So we've seen that before. 16 plus 26 plus 30 plus, say, m equals 100. And we know how to solve that. We need to first find out what these 3 numbers add together and then subtract it from 100, and it will tell us what m is. So let's add these numbers over here. 16, 26, 30. 6 plus 6 plus 0 is 12. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 72. So 100 minus 72. Make that a 10, make that a 9. 10 minus 2 is 8. 9 minus 7 is 2. So the mystery number is 28. So the number that we were missing there is 28. So in review, we knew that the average was 25. We knew that the amount of numbers that we used was 4. Using that, we could find the total of 100 that was in here. So we placed that down here, and then the book told us we had a 16 and a 26 and a 30. And then we had a mystery number right here. Again, we've seen this before. We've been doing this for many years. So we don't need to get intimidated by it. You can do it. It'll be fine. We add up those 3 numbers. We determined it was 72. 100 minus 72 is 28. So that is the 4th number, the mystery number. All right, we'll go on to example 3. After 4 tests, Annette's average score was 89. So her average is 89, and she took 4 tests. Okay, what does Annette need on her 5th test to bring the average up to 90? Okay, so this is a multi-step problem here. First, we got to figure out what number would be in here. So we do 89 times 4, 9 times 4, that will be 36. 4 times 8 is 32, 33, 34, 35. So we know the number there is 356. Now, to have an average, and that's her average after 4 tests. 89 was her average after 4. She wants to get her average up to 90. So she wants it to be 90, and that's going to take a 5th test. So again, we have to figure out what number goes in here. So we can do that here. 90 times 5. We get 5 times 9. That will be 0. 5 times 9, that will be 45. So she needs to get a total score in there of 450. But that still doesn't tell us what her 5th score needs to be, because it can't be a 90. It's going to have to be higher than 90 to make the average of 89 bump up to 90. So what we need to do is take the difference of these two numbers that you see here. 450 minus 356. Add a 4. Here's the 10 there. 10 minus 6 is 4. Can do 4 minus 5. Make that a 3. Make that a 14. 14 minus 5 is 9. So that means on the 5th test, she needs a 94, which is a B+. That will bump her average up from 89 up to a 90, which is what she's looking to do. So again, in review, we knew her average is 89 over 4 tests, and the total there is 356. She wanted to get up to 90, and she only had one more test to take, so 4 plus 1 is 5. So we got the 5 there. Then over here, we multiply 90 times 5 to get 450. So she's going to need 450 total points after 5 tests. And what would she need to get to 450? Well, she's got to go from 356 to 450. So from 356 to 450 means you need to get a 94 on your 5th test. Okay. All right. This will come up quite a bit this year as we go on. Don't be afraid if you get stuck to ask for help, and always look back here as the problems do to tell you to come back to lesson 55. You can get started.